And I'm telling you, as usual, I ain't got no daggone brakes in this thing. And I've got a... Morning. Afternoon. It's muggy and humid and cloudy and just bleh. Today on the HomeWrencher, this Escalade don't have any brakes. Master cylinder just... So, we're going to replace the master cylinder, but we're not going to put an original OEM one on there. We're going to do a little updatage. We are going to take a master cylinder from a new body style, 99 to 07 style. And we're going to use Dorman. My friends over at Dorman sent me this master cylinder. And for the old body style truck conversions, you're going to use Dorman M630031. Now, I got pretty much everything I need because this box comes with all kinds of stuff in it. Now, you're going to need an adapter because one of the lines is different, the threads. Okay, it is a half-inch by 20 on this master cylinder, but on our OBS trucks, it is a 9/16 by 18 pitch thread. So you get this BLF 26C adapter, okay? And that's from AGS. They have a lot of different adapters. You just look at what you got, find the pitch, figure out what you got. You can contact them, they'll tell you what you need. But here's the thing. I ordered this master cylinder off of Amazon, and I guess somebody else was doing the same thing. And it came with the fitting already in it. So I got two of them. So if any of you out there need to do this conversion, and you need this fitting and you can't find it, because right now they're kind of lackluster. You can't really find them. It took me a week and a half to get this one. But if any of you guys out there are doing anything and you need a master cylinder, shoot me a message down in the comments. You know what? I'll pack it up and send it to you. So, yeah, new master cylinder. Got a bleeder kit, which Dorman also. Like I said, my friends over at Dorman sent me this stuff, so we're going to get it done. You know, they didn't give it to me, but, you know, they're still my friends over there because they always send me good quality OEM-like parts. And things just seem to work with Dorman. Every once in a while, you get a bad part. You get it from anybody. You get a bad hamburger from McDonald's. Well, no, you get one all the time. But yeah, fitting, bleeder kit, master cylinder. And the main thing that's in this box that you're going to need to do this job properly is right here. You got to have one of these in your box. And if you get this thing in the mail and there's not one of these in there and it ain't cold, you need to call and complain because they're not taking care of you. I tell you what. Refueled. All right, let's get at it. I'm going to get the tools out and I'm going to show you guys what tools you need to do this job and what you need to do. I'm going to get you right down in here with me and show you step by step. Okay, so we're down in here underneath the hood. Here's our master cylinder pumpy thingy. These are our lines, here and here. Now, GM was a little bit brainless. I don't know why they did this. These are 9/16. Now, you want a line wrench, but if you don't have a line wrench, spray these down with PB Blaster. The other one, not this one. Let it soak for a few days. take, you know, a wrench or line wrench is the best. These tend to slip if somebody's been on them before and boogered them up. If you don't have a line wrench, you could take a pair of needle nose vice grips and just apply light pressure and just slowly pull. Don't let it slip and eat the edges off of the flange. Take another wrench and kind of tap it a little bit, jar it. But you want to make sure that it is turning and not turning the whole line, because you break that line off, now you're going to be getting into replacing these curly Q pigtaily thingies and flaring and double flaring, and well, you know, it's just not fun. Now, I've already soaked mine down with PB Blaster last weekend, actually, and then I sprayed them again in the middle of the week. So they should be okay. On the booster back here, there's a bracket that runs underneath here that actually holds your wiring harness. And it bolts to either side of the master cylinder up against the booster. Now, these back here are 15 millimeter. That's what I'm saying. GM couldn't figure out what they were going to use. There's metric and standard and alien and buffalo, Indian. I don't know. It's just everything's on this truck. But first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to break these lines off. Well, I'm not going to break them off. I'm going to break them loose and take them off. I just jinxed myself. I said I'm going to break them off. But I know I'm not going to do that, because I've already put a little heat on them, used a little pencil torch, warmed them up, cleaned up around the line. They should come right off with no problems. And then we'll take the master cylinder to booster nuts off, get that bracket out of the way, and slide this thing off here. And it does look like it's been leaking a little bit. So we'll make sure that our booster's okay. I do believe it is. It builds good vacuum. It holds vacuum. I think we're going to be all right. So let's quit talking and let's get to turning wrenches. Use the right end, dummy. There we go. Look at there. Smooth as sandpaper. Now, if it feels like it's getting a little tight, work it back and forth a little bit. You want it to the point where you can turn it by hand, just like so. Now, we're going to clean these threads up before we go putting them back together. We want a good seal. May even put a little Teflon tape. I know I will on that adapter. I've heard people saying that they've had issues and they leak and whatnot. And we're just going to take precautions and do it right. Better to be safe than sorry. All right, those are broke free. We're going to go ahead and take our ratchet with a 5/8. Make sure we're going the right direction. Don't give you much room to turn that ratchet, that's for sure. Don't give you much room to get down in there with your hands either. And of course, you know, they're like a lock nut. They got a nylon lock ring inside of them, so you get them loose, you think you can turn them by hand, and well, and I got these vice grip hands here. I still couldn't get a bite on it, so we're just going to turn it 1/10 of a millimeter each turn until we get it a little closer. That might be okay. Yep, we got it. Now, we don't want to drop them down in the engine compartment, so I'm going to set it right up here on the cowling. We're going to get our other side. Now this one, we got 10 miles to turn it. When you pull this master cylinder out of here, don't let it drip all over your manifold, your fender, and all that stuff. This brake fluid will eat up paint. and it's a little flammable. All right, so got both of those off. Set our wrench down. We're gonna pull the bracket loose, and it'll just lay down here. Pull our lines out, and just pull it right off. We got Amazoo here. I'll be right back. All right, so we got the master cylinder off, and it's got a little crud down in there from where it was leaking a little bit. Now, usually I'd jam brake clean down in there, but I don't know where it went. So I'm going to use this kind of PB blaster and just spray it on the threads and around the inlet there. And just take an old piece of toilet paper I found that had poop on it and just wipe in there a little bit. This isn't a show truck, so I ain't worried about it being purty and prim and proper. So I'm going to set this other master cylinder up here and see what we got going on. Because I got brake fluid dripping out of these lines and I don't want it all over my driveway. I got to lay in that. I don't have a garage. And we'll make sure our bracket is out of the way. Then we're going to set it up there where it's supposed to be. And we're going to run our nuts back on there. Now this master cylinder don't quite come out as far as the original. But this is going to stop that spongy brake pedal. You know, all the OBS trucks feel like you're going to put the bang gum pedal through the floor before you get to stop. It's every one of them. I don't think I've drove one yet that didn't do it. Now, we ain't sending it to the moon, so we ain't got to crank it all the way down and give it all the tendons in your arm until they pop. Just half of them. That felt good right there. One click in my elbow. There we go. And we're in place. Now we're going to pull the plugs out. And then this thing comes with a kit. And we're going to screw those bleeder ends in there and run the tubes up into here. We're going to fill this with fluid up to the max level. And we're going to bleed it right here on the truck. Mainly because I don't have a vise or a bench, because I don't have a garage, I got a driveway. But it don't matter, you can do it. I'm going to spare y'all all the elbows and stuff in the way. I'm going to put these on. All right, so if you look on the end of these fittings that come in the kit, they say the size on them. Now, this master cylinder is 1/2 inch by 20 pitch thread. So you're going to need both 1/2 inch by 20. They're red on this kit. Now, if we were bleeding the old one, we'd need one of these, which is a 9/16. So we got these crunked down. And we're going to go ahead and put these lines on and run them into the master cylinder. And then put a little stopper juice in there. And just slide it on there like that. You want to try to straighten your end out a little bit. We get it down in there so it's not curly-cueing back up. You want it to blow it right down in the bottom of your unit there. And if you're having any trouble sliding the line onto the bleeder fittings, take a little lighter, a little pocket torch, you know, and just warm it up just a little bit. Don't put the flame to it. Just kind of tickle it a little bit. All right. I got to go get some juice to put in here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we got our lines in, and most people buy that stuff that comes in a bottle, brake fluid. If it's good enough for me, it's good enough for my truck. What I'm trying to tell you is, don't go wasting money buying brake fluid. You got PB Blaster, that's all you need. I mean, you drink enough of these and they'll stop you, right? So, I mean, it'll stop your truck. It's just science and pressure and stuff, you know? So I'm going to share my PB Blaster with my truck. Oh, wow, they're putting the AC unit on top of a building over here. I don't know if y'all can see it, but there's a helicopter, and they're lowering this big AC unit down on top of that building over there. Y'all guys see that? We got a big factory over there that makes stuff for Toyota, Ford, and GM, and they just redid and built another section, and they're putting AC in there for their people. So let's get back to getting my truck drunk. All right, so you got to pour a little out for your homies sometimes. Ah, yeah. Well, I guess I got to go get another one. I'm just messing with you guys. I dried a can out last night specifically to do this, and I took a little funnel and screwed it onto my brake fluid bottle and poured it in there. I just wanted to make y'all guys go, oh my God, what is he doing? Did it work? Click it down in the comments and let me know if you actually thought that I was putting PB Blaster PBR down in my master cylinder tray. I wouldn't do that. I'm an idiot, but I ain't that dumb. Oh, wrong one. No, it's beer. I'm just messing with you again. So, I'm going to go around here and do the right thing and get the actual bottle and put a little more in there. See? Already open. I have my little funnel on there, and I just thought it'd be funny. Ricky, shut up. I want to fill this up to the max position. That way, when Max gets here, he's happy. Okay. We got it up to the max line there. Now, I'm not putting this up here because brake fluid will completely eat your paint. I'm not sure about base coat, clear coat paint, but man, I know back in the day, acrylic enamel, I had in my body shop, and people would take pump sprayers and mix brake fluid up with, I don't know, antifreeze, lacquer thinner, gasoline, and spray people's cars down with it because they were mad because they had a paint job. And then I'd get a car come in there, it looked like it had leprosy and bubbles and just a mess. And I had to strip it, scrub it, ospo treat it, etch prime it, rebody work anything that was done, prime and block until my fingers bled, and then repaint this car. And I did that to one guy. And wouldn't you know, 6 months later, he'd come back and somebody did it again. And that was a $12,000 paint job. I don't know why he didn't just get a garage. He should have quit parking it at Walmart. Okay, so master cylinder tray is on there. I'm going to go in here. I'm not going to start it because I don't want the booster to kick in. And I'm just going to bleed it. Slow, steady, even pressure on the pedal. And I'm going to bring y'all in here a little closer, and y'all tell me if you hear bubbles and stuff like that. I'm going to put a little microphone right here so y'all can hear it firsthand. Y'all see brake fluid come through those lines? See that just happened? Man, I got pedal instantaneously. Look at them air bubbles. See them air bubbles? I'm going to take it all the way to the floor and kind of hold it there. Okay. Let's keep doing this until we don't see no more air bubbles. They're getting to be just tiny bubbles now. As you get to the bottom of the pedal side. Make sure we ain't dumping fluid all over. Yeah, look pretty good. We're just going to keep doing this for a little while. Y'all should have heard all the farts and burps by now. So I'm going to put my microphone back on me. That way y'all can hear me a little better. They're still over there putting that unit on top of that roof. I like to let that settle and let the air break loose and get back to the top. Because, you know, you got a bunch of foamy bubbles inside your fluid. All you're doing is sucking that air right back through that line. So we're going to let that sit for a second. A few minutes, actually. And let that air calm down in there and let them bubbles get out of there and get up to the top. And then we'll go through the process again. Meanwhile, I'm going to go have me another PB blaster. Maybe we'll get some footage of this helicopter down there. Sound like they're having a hard time. They must need some PB blasters down there. Maybe I'll take them 6 of them. Yep, there's the old helicopter down there. Down there putting AC units on the roof. It's pretty wild. Very costly too. I seen Cletus pulled a motor out of what was that car? One of his old burnout cars the other day. Yesterday, I think it was. And then they dropped the mystery machine on it. And, well, didn't quite hit it, just kind of bumped, rubbed paint a little bit. I don't know. Must be nice to have money. All right, so got the lines back in. I want to show you guys something here. You see these little curly cues down there on the lines. Well, I hear people talking about, oh, you gotta bend and put a wrench on there and do all this. No, you don't. You just push it back, line your line up inside the master cylinder, hold it, and start your thread. Push it until you see it look even and straight like that, then tighten it down. Put your fitting in, make sure you got it bottomed out and sealed, and do the same thing on the front. Now you're going to have some fluid when you pull your bleeders off, which we got here. We're going to clean it up, and we're going to go ahead and pump this thing up and see if we get a pedal and check for leaks. Then we're going to get underneath and see if I can snap off a bleeder and have to replace calipers and everything else. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but this is pretty much the same thing as Sprayway. Walmart had it like a quarter of the price. This stuff will actually neutralize brake fluid. And you can just wipe it right off and it'll dry and you have a nice dry brake line or whatever your fluid may have got on. I've been doing this for years and spray window cleaner seems to do the thing with the stuff and make it work. So I don't know if you can see, but I got it all saturatedized down and I'm just letting it soak and creep and pull everything down to the bottom. I'm going to take a rag and wipe it all down and then check for leaks, which we probably got 10 of them. So I know I had to take a leak. Old PB blasters, they go quick, you know. What I'm trying to say is when you're doing a job, then things just go down pretty quick. Starting to get tired. Oh, not yet. Refueled. Oh, yeah. I'm good as new now. I'm going to go dancing. So, we're going to take this time to clean up my mess. I got a little crap like this, you know, I just throw it out in the yard. And Mama Bunny comes out here later and she says, what in Carly Simon are you doing out here? You got trash everywhere. There's beer cans all over the ground. I said, wait a minute. I'm working. Okay. I've been at work all week, making the money to pay the bills, and I've got to fix my truck so I can go to work and make more money and pay more bills. So you just shut up. No, I don't say that. If I say that, I'd have a black eye. She's mean. One time she tied me up with duct tape and left me in the basement for 2 days and didn't feed me nothing but stale bread with peanut butter. But she was nice enough to bring me PB blasters. So that's why I didn't get mad and turn her in to the authorities. I want y'all to look at this master cylinder I took off of here. It is a big old unit for such a small truck. And that one I put on there is so much smaller, but it's got so much more pressure. And the bore and the stroke is different. So you don't have to apply so much pressure to the pedal to stop anymore. Let me show you this thing. Ain't he cute? Look at him. He's just a cute little fella, ain't he? But I want to show you inside of this thing. This is what's in the brake lines and stuff. And that's why we're going to bleed this thing about 1,500 times and blow all that crap out of these brake lines. And I never liked this design because they just, sometimes you try to pull the cap off and you had about 15 PB blasters, you know. And I mean, just, can you see that? I mean, look at that black sludge. Look at this crap. I mean, it's just, it's nasty is what I'm trying to tell you. What's that, Ricky? What does it taste like? Find out. Ah, shiitake mushrooms. Ugh. So, I don't know if you guys can see or not, but right over there, and yeah, right there. See that car over there? It's a stalker. And I mean that. Because they pulled in and they were over there watching me, looking at me dancing over here just a minute ago and drinking brake fluid. I shut the camera off because I had to get that stuff out of my mouth. Oh no, more stuff for the home renters here. I'll finish this in a second. But anyway, they were just out there looking at me and watching me, taking pictures and stuff. Well, see, I don't have no filter. I don't care. So I walked over there and I said, "Can I help you?" Because that's my buddy's plumbing business over there. And they said, "Oh no, you're fine." I said, "Well, are you waiting on him?" "Nope." "Are you waiting on somebody else? Is your car okay or you broke down?" "Nope, nope, just watching you." "Why are you watching me?" "Because you're the home renter." "Yeah." "We wanted to see your show live during filming." "Okay. What's your YouTube user ID?" "Well, I didn't notice the guy in the back seat. Name's Mike. I trained him how to drive a truck about 8 years ago. And that was his wife, Marcia. And I've never met her. She messages on the channel here sometimes. So I made sure that I talked to him for a little bit and had a PB blaster, and they didn't want to be on camera. I tried to talk them into it. But I've been busted. People know where I live now. Marcia, Mike. Anybody can find me. I mean, public information. Just don't come over here and steal my PB blasters. So I thought that FedEx was for HomeWrencher, but no. It's a farm box. Mama Bunny gets that stuff. They send fresh fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, and it's cold in that box. FedEx shows up like once a month, and they bring that box of stuff from Farm Box, and there's some good fruits and vegetables in there. I enjoy it. There's a lot of stuff that she don't like, you know, and it's like me. I love a good juicy peach. You know what I mean? Hey, Ricky, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yep. Yeah, I love a good juicy peach. Oh, anyway, so she don't eat the peaches. She likes the eggplants. Not though. I can't go nowhere with you guys. So if you look at what I was telling you guys, I sprayed that Sprayway Rain-X Walmart knockoff stuff on there, and see how it's. Look at all that. I sprayed that down with PB Blaster, and it's drying it right up. I need to paint that booster. But I mean, it's taking it off. It's drying the lines out. We got no leaks. I'm going to give it a couple size 13s through the floorboard here and see if we get any drips. And then I'm going to rig me up a self-bleeder system, and I'm going to bleed these brakes. So what you're going to want to do if you want to bleed your brakes by yourself and you don't have a helper, get you a 20-ounce pop bottle with the lid. Make sure it seals good. And you're going to drill a hole right in the middle, just big enough to put this tubing that comes with your bleeder kit down in the hole, down to the bottom, like so. Then you got this. And you're going to slide this onto the end of that bleeder. Crack it loose first. Make sure it's loose and you can move it. Tighten it back down. Slide that on there. Open it up. Put the old kickalizers on there. And just keep pumping it. Slow and steady pressure. And when you let off the pedal, rather than sucking air back through the line, it's going to suck fluid in there. So it's going to push the air out, bring fluid back. Air out, fluid back. So on and so forth. I do it about 10 times per wheel. Then I close the system off. You always start at the farthest away from your master cylinder. So we're in America, and anywhere, unless you're on Mars or that Saturn planet. I don't know. Anyway, make sure you get your max line. Put your fluid in here. Put it on there. Get it ready. Go to the furthest master cylinder, the furthest wheel cylinder or caliper away from the master cylinder. In this application, it is going to be the passenger rear drum. Put it on there, crack it loose, pump it, bleed it, close it. Go to the next one, which is going to be the driver rear. Bleed it, same process, close it. Then you're going to come up to the passenger front. Same process. Just make sure you're closing these bleeders off and you're not snapping them off. Be easy with them. If you have to, take a little pencil torch or something and just kind of warm it up a little bit. Put you a good socket on there. Don't use a wrench unless you absolutely have to. You can use a wrench after you've broke it loose, but put a socket on there. That way you get a good grip on it. A 6-point socket, not a 12-point junk, because that'll strip it in 5,000 places. Bleed that side. Close it off. Come over here, do this one. Check your pedal. Check your fluid levels. Start it up. See what your pedal feels like. Back up out of the driveway or wherever you're at, 10, 15 feet. Put your foot through the floorboard. See what it does. It should crack your neck and give you a little bit of whiplash. Check it backwards before you check it forwards, because you don't want to put it through the house or your wife's car or your kid's bicycle or pool or cat. Don't ask. But you just want to do it in reverse first. That way, make sure there's nothing behind you, though, especially your kids. They don't like it too well. They don't bounce very much. But we're going to go ahead and get this thing going, and I'm going to make my little bleeder. And you want to try to keep this above what you're bleeding, because the higher the point, the less air does the stuff and gravity and whatever. So I'm going to shut up and do this. All right. So we got our lid drilled with our line through it. Got our bottle a little less than half full. Put our line in. Put our lid on. Then we're going to pull the line until it's down in the bottom corner like so. And now you can do all the stuff with the thing and make it blow bubbles. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to that kind of stuff and see what we get. I got a little advantage here because my wheels are open and I can just reach right through there. I don't have to lay on the ground. But in case you don't have somebody to hold that pedal down for you while you close that bleeder back off, pretty simple. Get your little piece of broom handle or 2x4 or something that'll reach between your seat and the pedal when it's fully depressed. Run your seat back. Put that in there, depress the pedal, and then run your seat forward to hold that pedal down. Like this. That's all you gotta do. Hold it down, close your valve off, no more air or anything escaping back. Look at that crap that come out of there. See all that sediment in the bottom? And there's trash like floating in there, chunks of stuff that I don't even know what it is. Could be Cheetos. It looks like a moth carcass. I don't know. But we're going to keep going. This is going to put all the junk in here. And then we'll top that off with fresh fluid when we're done, and we'll be good to go. Be right back. Well, we got brakes. We got pedal. We're bled. And luckily, I didn't get bled. I'm not bleeding. That's rare. And you know, this cat right here, that one, is absolutely worthless. I asked her to hold the brake pedal down for me one time, just once, and she took off and just went, I tell you what, look at her. I mean, look at this. Look at this cat. I mean, look at her. What are you doing, baby cakes? Yeah, why didn't you help me bleed the brakes? Yeah, I don't know either. Mouthy cat, I'm telling you. Those of you guys and gals and he's and hims and hers and what's and who's and whatever that want to know, your rear bleeders are 8mm. Your front bleeders are 10mm. Get you a 1/4-inch drive, socket and ratchet, deep well, clean it off, stick it on there, crack it, put your line on there, Pumpty Dumpty Dumpty dance with it, and then take that block of wood I showed you and shove her to the floor. And if you can't get it on the seat, get it underneath on the seat frame on the track, on the power seat, and then run it up a little bit just to hold it. Close your bleeder, pump it again. I do it about 8 times per wheel. When you hear it quick going, there's no more air. Make sure you're getting good clean fluid out. Then top off your reservoir, put your cap on, and aim it for a guardrail at 90 miles an hour and see if it stops. That's what I do. Works pretty good. And if you can't stop, the guardrail will stop you, kind of. Unless you glance off of it and hit a telephone pole. Don't ask. So, that's been another episode of the HomeWrencher. And hopefully I helped a few of you and gave you these part numbers, and y'all can get that OBS stopping better. This is a perfectly safe conversion. It works. It's been done by many other people. And I just wanted to give you my rendition of it and maybe make a couple of you laugh. And I know some of you are probably like, hey, HomeWrencher, I thought you was doing a daggum interview and Mama Bunny was going to interview you. Well, we did. But I'm not sure what's going on with getting it uploaded because it's been in uploading status on YouTube for 3 days. I don't know. I think I'm going to cancel it and re-upload it. I'm not sure what happened with that. YouTube don't like me much lately anymore. I don't know why. I ain't done nothing wrong. Other than, have my PB blasters. Refueled. I got some things to do today. Christoph his birthday is tomorrow. He's going to be 11 years old. That means in 10 more years, he can have a PB blaster with me. I don't think he'll drink. He snuck a snip one time, and he was like, it tastes like earwax. Okay, to each his own. I think it tastes like heaven, but, that's me. I'm old. He's young. He likes Kool-Aid and Pepsi and milk and wine. No, not wine. Grape juice, yeah. But I'm going to button this thing up and take it down the road, and it needs a bath. It's been raining here, and I've been at work on that lot, pulling in, going through mud puddles, and There's potholes in that yard big enough to lose a Freightliner in. Not sure about a Peterbilt. Hood sticks up a little further. But I'm going to clean this mess up before Mama Bunny gets back. She's out getting party supplies. I think me and Mama Bunny's going to go out and have a date night. And then go get Christoph some gifts for his birthday tomorrow. I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, hit that little bell notification thing. That way you know whenever I drop another stupid video. Try to watch my video to the end if you don't mind. It does something for my algorithm. Does something for that and helps my channel fly away like a Pegasus to a rainbow or something. I don't think that's how it works. I was supposed to be at LS Fest today, but had to work. By the time I drive out there, it's too late. I'm going to try to hang out with Derek for a little while, and I think Clater's going to be there. I was going to see what he was up to. Well, that didn't work. So, guys, if y'all are watching, sorry I missed you. I love you guys, and I'll try to catch you at the next event. Maybe by then, a guy will have something to show off. Y'all have a good day, and God bless you, and I love each and every one of you. HomeWrencher out.